What is that? Are you kidding me? He sabotaged my cookbook.
Why do you think I'm here?
What?
It's recording. Mics are on.
We good? Coach Greg, and I'm here with...
Yeah, Greg just turned it on like crazy. I was having a digest. Like, do you ever get like tired of having a Coach Greg?
What is your handle on Instagram? Because I would tell all my friends, Damianthefatass is coming over.
It is.
Like, you can't say that.
Yeah, like honestly, that's pretty disrespectful, Greg.
If somebody say 35% body fat is a woman, I say, yeah, they're obese. They're like, no, you're getting mad at, you're making fun of us. I'm like, no, I'm just using medical terms.
Oh no, you're clinically just
so
fat.
It's like, and you make cookbooks and stuff too. You make recipes like this.
Oh no, 100%. I came here because I was inspired. So, like, honestly,
you came here to steal all my recipes.
Yes.
All right, so we're
just
gonna
so
cook
much
blueberry French toast.
Yeah.
There's a recipe in the book. You're gonna follow it the way it's recommended. It's not gonna be that hard. And I'm gonna put my own twist to it. I can't follow recipes that well, and so I just kind of guess at everything. And my goal is to make it have as much protein as humanly possible. So I put so much egg whites.
Greg's toilet
cookbooks.
hates it.
It's horrendous. All right, so you're gonna have to put 1 cup of egg whites in, and I'm just going to go crazy.
Okay, I know the premise of this video. I'm gonna make a better Greg Doucette meal than Greg Doucette.
So put in a teaspoon of cinnamon, 3 packs of sweetener.
I'm gonna rip your cookbook apart and do it right. Because that's not 240 grams, man.
Oh no, I put way more. I got my own whisk. So I'm gonna make it the way I just made it back in the past. Now I like this shit real sweet.
Dude, I have.
You like super sweet stuff?
I love it. I'm not a big fan of, honestly, like sugars, I'm not a big fan.
I put way more fake sweetener crap in here, like way more. I put it all about it. The more the better, to a point. That's what I say, but there is an exact recipe. It says three slices of bread, 90 grams of blueberries, 3 packs of sweeteners, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. It has the grams and the teaspoons, it's all listed in there. In a bowl, add egg white, sweetener, cinnamon, vanilla extract, whisk until it's even. So it's all in there and whisk. I just guessed at stuff.
I'm starting to doubt if you even made this recipe.
Oh man, I've worked on this recipe for probably 15 years.
Oh really?
Probably 15 years ago I was doing this.
And it's been
This
so
was a
long
good
now.
one. This was a long time. Wait to see what happens.
This one's your favorite, huh? This one's like your baby.
This is the best. So I get this soaked in as much as humanly possible. So much so that the bread is ready to rip apart. And so what I do is I flip the bottom one as much as I can. Then I start flipping the other one as well. So I want both of these in. So you kind of have like one soaking in while the other one's. Most people don't flip this in long enough. That's key. So I'm letting it suck in. Spray this pan up.
Greg, what do you say to people that say your cookbook is too expensive?
That's a great question. Well, technically the first one's $50.
Okay.
So if you can't afford this one, get the older ones.
How many recipes are in the older ones?
About 100 or so. I believe.
Okay.
This is on too much heat. The slower it cooks, I find the better it's going to be. And so what you want is you want it falling apart in your hands. And you just slap this thing in here and you just make it very roomy.
I feel like he's making this up.
This is how I've always done it. Oh, and I forgot the blueberries on the bottom. We forgot the blueberries. You're supposed to put the blueberries on the pan first so we can, let's just
Take them off, just take them off.
We need to do this. So this is supposed to be on there.
Oh god.
And then you just throw it on there.
I see.
Like,
okay.
that's what we did. And you add extra bread to the top of the pan. See this? You slap it right in there. It will absorb into each other.
I did not read any of that inside the Greg Doucette.
Exactly. These are bonus tips.
Okay.
See, there is no way you can get fat eating anabolic French toast. You can try, but you will not be able to eat enough of it because it's so high in protein versus the carbs because you're letting all the egg whites absorb into it and you can't go wrong. So you see, you add all this bread together and which one looks more fun? Making it like this? Like look what I'm doing. I'm literally playing the drums.
Greg, I'm not going to become a fatty after my meal.
And so what you do is you then just add more egg whites on the top. More egg whites. The more egg whites, the better. So unfortunately, mine is not gonna have the blueberries because I screwed up. I was supposed to have the blueberries. Well, actually, I could probably add some in halfway. See, there's no rules in the anabolic kitchen. You can add them in there now. We'll do our best with it. But you need it in there. You need it sucked in. It needs to be absorbed. Blueberries on the top, it's okay, but you want it inside.
I'm watching a grown man pat blueberries into a pile of soggy bread.
Correct.
I never thought I'd get to this point in my life.
This is literally how you should be making your French toast. Like, you can make it professionally, like in the book, but if you want to know what the diehards do, this is it. What I did to add in more egg whites is, once it absorbs a little bit, I make like a little boat here. Make like a little hole. It's not really cooked long enough, but what I do is I then add more egg whites in that little bowl, and over time it's gonna absorb into the bread. So the more you make, the more egg whites you get in, the more protein you're gonna have, the more filling it's gonna be. It's gonna lower the glycemic load of the meal, because when you're eating regular ass bread, the glycemic index probably 100, but protein, egg whites and whatnot, very, very low everything else. So it balances out. So the more egg whites you put in, the more it's gonna be protein, it's gonna absorb slower, gonna keep you full, and so that's how you lose weight. This, you can eat as much of it as you want. Again, you're gonna be full and you're not gonna gain weight. This is going to taste ridiculously amazing.
We'll see.
We will see.
A few minutes later.
You did really good. You didn't even have the blueberries to start.
Do you know why, Greg? Because I followed your damn cookbook.
You're an actual chef.
No, I'm not. I read instructions and I put them onto the
I
plate.
actually know how to read and follow instructions. You just make a mess. And so when it starts to be ready, you then have to separate. So you cut the French toast apart. Okay? You'll know it's ready because when it's ready, it'll actually cut. If it doesn't cut and it sticks back together, then it's not ready to separate. So I can cut it apart, and
I've never heard so many damn rules for French toast.
I know, right? And as soon as you can flip it, you can go and flip it. So we'll try this one.
Are there any other fruits?
Voila! See, it actually looks professional. In the end, it's not that bad.
Thank you.
I like my French toast undercooked slightly. Do you like yours?
Greg,
regular?
I think there's a lot of cooking done there.
I like it undercooked, like when it's not quite.
I think that's been on the pan for 20 minutes.
Like muffins and stuff, for example. Muffin mix, fresh out.
You'll get a shot of this.
What do you
Lucia
got?
just passed me a knife to cut one strawberry.
Cutting a strawberry.
Bigger than
Let's
last
use a
time, right?
6 inches. Let's use a sword.
There's a professional camera on me. I've never felt so much pressure to cut up a strawberry. I've also probably never cut up a strawberry in my life. Guys, I don't know what I'm doing. Greg, don't copy my style.
There's no pressure. I'm learning.
Don't copy my style.
I would just throw it in a bowl next to it and dip it in whipped cream. That's literally all I would
Yeah,
do.
but I'm here to make magic. I'm here to market your cookbook for you.
I think literally not knowing what I'm doing is what sold everything.
Oh, wow. Wow. Wow.
I think by the end of this, everyone is going to learn that you should be hiring people to do your own cooking, to get your groceries, to run your life. Because I don't know what I'm doing. So just sprinkling it like.
Yeah. Like the salt bag.
Oh yeah. I love the extra sugar. That's gonna make it. That's the cheat code. So the thickness and the girth of this thing. Just examine this.
That's at least like 7 inches.
You got a thick ass French toast. It's just so much better when it's got that kind of thickness, and that's from the extra bread that I put on top, which sucked in the extra egg whites.
How many inches is that, Greg?
Oh, it's got to be at least 7.
Yeah, right? That's huge.
Massive.
Honestly. You know, I've seen a lot of French toast in my life.
Never seen one like this.
No. You know what's crazy? These are very different French toasts from the exact same cookbook.
When people used to see my French toast, they used to say it looked like mold because it was always like blue, and it's not really appealing.
I'm just happy you didn't use waffles.
This is exquisite. Like I see this and I'm like, and it gets me happy. Seeing this reminds me of when I used to cook on my own, and this is what it would look like. And I would get my Mrs. Butterworth.
0
And
calories.
are you on the top or on the side? I don't want to say on the bottom, but I'm on the side.
You're not on the bottom guy?
I don't like it on the top.
Have you ever tried on the bottom?
I've never. How would you do that?
I'm not talking about
do
French
this.
toast, Greg.
I'm gonna say that mine's gonna taste way better.
I can't tell if that just went over.
I'm
his
also
head.
gonna say that yours by far wins presentation.
But then
I
we're
don't
not
even-
here for
I think
presentation.
that this is the 3 on 10 by a teacher that's just being nice because it's 2023 and they're still failing me on presentation.
Well, I think we would be
I'm
biased.
liking this.
I think we might be the biased ones trying our own.
Look at
so I
this.
think we need to do a taste test with everybody.
I'm gonna try the first bite here just to see if it reminds
Let's try
me
this
of
one.
all these. There's such a fluffiness in the center. I hate French toast that's like well cooked. Like if it's slightly burnt, I'm despised by it. I like it undercooked. You might hate this.
I think the texture.
This is how I want. Like,
Honestly, the texture is quite fantastic.
I love it. It's like chewy, delicious, awesome. looking at that presented, it's like more proper, but the mess of it, like I'm just gonna eat this whole thing. You guys wanna?
I mean, I'll be very honest. I'm not going by taste here. I'm going by.
I want honest. Think of it. If that one's better, that's the one in the book that's like made proper. If this one's better, it's just me making a mess, making it the way I like it.
Ready? I'll give yours a shot with the strawberry.
Yeah.
And what about the syrup? Don't forget the syrup.
Of course.
Cannot forget.
Now, also on the side, I often will use Greek yogurt, the 0% fat. It's got 18 grams of protein. You can't go wrong with extra protein from the Greek yogurt. But this whole thing, like all these French toast combined, is under 1,000 calories that I made. Like I put in a lot of extra breads.
And you know how many calories this one is?
440 for 3 slices.
Good. On a scale of 1 to 10, based on like stuff that I've eaten, with what tastes. I'm a sweet tooth guy. I would say
I'm a sweet
this is
tooth
like
guy
a
too.
6. Like,
6? Okay.
Like I'd eat it and I still wouldn't feel satisfied.
You want more sweetness?
You want more sweetness?
No, the sweetness wasn't the problem. It just, I guess the texture wasn't
Yeah,
as
the
great.
crispy.
Yeah.
It's a bit soft and fluffy.
Soft
You
and
like it
fluffy.
soft and fluffy?
Yeah, I like Rex as well.
I'm only saying a 6 just because I've tasted many things. You know, like I'm being very strict too. I usually, like, I don't go by taste most of the time. I'm just being very honest, you know.
Okay, so what are you going by on this?
Absolutely immaculate. The eggs make it taste like you're having a sweet and savory
It
experience.
doesn't even make sense.
That's like, it tastes like you added like MSG or something. Like sweet and savory together go very well, I would say.
So he's not bullshitting. I'm not paying him to say this stuff. So it's just the secret to making really good French toast is getting as much egg white in the bread as possible. So if you're using a certain slice of bread and it can absorb more, put more egg whites. It's just you're adding more protein. That's what you want. So don't worry about it. Let it soak in as much as possible. It's falling out of your hand, so what? Put it on the pan and then add more egg whites to it. And then put another bread, spread it around, make a mess. And what I would do is I used to cook 30 French toasts at a time on 2 frying pans, and I had 2 rounds. I'm gonna have a Tupperware full of this stuff because I didn't want to cook every single morning. Who has time to cook all the time? So you cook in bulk and you put it in the fridge and you do it up. This, the next day, can literally go on a toaster. I used to make the toaster and it would heat it up, and then I would just dip it in the egg white, like in the syrup stuff. And like that, oh, like French toast. Trust me, I've eaten this 1,000+ times. Wait a minute. What is that?
Was I supposed to pour it all in?
Yeah? Are you kidding me? You didn't even follow the friggin' recipe? He came here to protect. People are like, oh, it's a 6 on 10. It's not that good. And I'm thinking, oh, that's too bad. Well, I'm honest. He didn't put all that. He sabotaged my cookbook.
Why do you think I'm here?
What?
You think I come all the way here not to
Well, I'm
sabotage
not
your
making
cookbook?
this up. This was supposed to be. Imagine if this was all sucked into here. It would have been more like this. You missed the main ingredient. So if you dip your bread, so you didn't dip the bread in long enough.
Because I wanted the presentation, Greg. I didn't want egg salad on bread.
I can't believe.
I'm gonna be honest. This is fluffy, texture is great, but I'm eating an omelet on bread right now.
So freaking good. It's sweet too. Oh my God, this is so good. You gotta make the French toast like this from now on. This is better than the one she ate. Trust me, it looks good. She puts it on my plate in the morning and it's all good. But it's not like this. This is even better. And it looks like a mess, but it's heaven to me. If you did the bread too quick, that's fine. That's fine. You did the bread, it didn't fall over in your hands. That's good. You put it on the pan.
Put this over on top.
Then with the get the bread here. We're gonna teach people how to do this. So we do this. All right, you did it, and it's on there. Okay, now, yum. Now, this is what you do. Are you watching? So you've done it. You messed up like Damien because you're only 21 years old.
Yeah.
Principal didn't like you.
Couldn't read.
Whatever.
Never learned to
You
read.
do this. You make a pond in here, a little divot. You then take the egg whites and you do this and you put it in the pond, and slowly over time this is going to soak itself into the surrounding bread, and it's just heating, it's sucking it up. The egg whites are turning more solid, and then later on you can do it again.
That's
You
so
put
scientific.
maximum egg white absorption. You put it in to the point that the egg whites begin to go throughout to the other bread. Now, because of that, I put extra bread around it that's on the side so it can suck it all in. So the entire pan can suck in the most amount of eggs because it's not forcing itself to suck it in. So I sacrifice the look and presentation by putting in more breads because I know it can suck in more egg whites. Makes this kind of a mess. But if you had a single bread on its own, there's gonna be some egg whites on the side. But
You're an
it will
efficient
suck
guy.
in.
You're an efficient guy.
So you have some there, and so you do it all around. Every 2 minutes you put a little bit more, a little bit more. You will have the most immaculate French toast of your life, guaranteed.
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 Guaranteed. Greg, give me your top 3 tips for your dating advice. We all know that when a girl comes over, you're
buy
gonna.
that book that I got, so you can learn the 3 different attachment types: secure, avoidance, and anxious. Don't date avoidance.
Greg's going through a bad breakup, guys.
I am not going through a bad breakup. We broke up long ago.
Greg's still feeling the repercussions of life right now. he's
Greg is soul searching and figuring out to be the best possible version of himself.
That's amazing.
Self-actualize. I've already accomplished every goal in life. The only thing I'm missing is a good woman. Think of it. What am I missing?
Wow, that was
I've
deep.
got-
Wait, that was just so deep. That was profound.
I've got this house we haven't even gone through, which is ridiculous. And I've got 4 supercars in the garage.
Yeah.
I mean, I make millions of dollars. I have good
Okay.
friends. What am I missing?
Love. Greg.
Love. Love conquers all. So I'm reading books to make myself better at this game we call love. And what I've learned is, even though I'm an idiot and I don't know how to talk to women at all, and I just say what I think and I have no filter, that's actually good because I'm being my authentic self. And if somebody doesn't like it, Greg, I can't believe you told her all that stuff. She's not gonna like you. Oh, you're too needy, you're too this. Yeah. I want them to know that on day one, because why do I want to waste time dating people that are just going to be losers in the end?
So that's the second tip. Be your authentic self.
Be your authentic self is paramount. You have to. I can pretend to be. I can have a dating coach and teach me how to say the right things and dress a certain way to suit, say all the things. But if I want to be a goof and say, Coach Greg, and make a stupid French toast, they're going to fall in love with fake Coach Greg. Eventually, in 6 months, when I get my guard down, they're going to get to know the real me and be like, I don't like this guy. It's all about balance. Balance and everything.
What do you think you need a little bit more balance of?
My love life.
What does that
Everything
look
else
like?
is perfect.
Okay. What does it look like to you? What does that love life look like?
I would want a girl that's in like long-term love relationship.
One.
Probably not kids though.
Okay, you want one.
Only one.
One? Okay. Have you met anyone in your life that has fully loved you for you?
I think so. In the past,
Okay.
I would say definitely.
And then what? They saw the French toast and they left? Or?
I think I left. I wasn't maybe ready at that point. I was too young.
And what makes you happy, Greg? This is the last one, besides French
The
toast.
fact that I can do exactly what I want and be what I want to be. Like I get up and I'm like, what's today? Well, I get to bike race. I get to do a video. I get to go to the gym. I get to see a girl. I get to do whatever I want. I'm in my dream home. I get to drive. Like, how could I not be happy? It's so... It would be embarrassing. It would be an insult to other people for me to not be happy. Oh, my arm's sore. Really? Somebody's in a hospital bed right now. Somebody's dying of cancer. Somebody's this or that. How can you not be happy? Like, it's an insult. That's why when I see people wasting their lives, sitting in their asses and not moving, I'm like, that's such an insult to people that wish they had what you have. Like, no matter who you are, there's someone worse. So, like, appreciate what you have and just go after life. Make it happen. Got to. Right? So what do we have? French toast is done. So I think in general, the thicker French toast was better.
Yeah.
Thicker is better. Thick with 3
Thick.
C's.
Thick with... I like it thick.
I like it thick.
Greg's really turning me into more of myself right now. I'm like,
Yeah, be who you want to be. This is it.
all right.
Isn't it fun, people? Are you learning something?
I've learned a lot today.
If you want to get the cookbooks or anything, the harder than last time stuff, all that, just click the link in the description, use code Greg, give you 10%. And if you want to follow Damianthefatass on Instagram, I highly suggest you follow him. Hope you like this video. And until next time.
Until next time.